Alrighty guys, welcome back to the best investing money management channel on YouTube. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 5 electric vehicle stocks to buy right now. Personally, I think we are just getting started with the overall growth of electric vehicles, right? They are just starting to emerge right in the market, and we have a ton of fantastic companies that I would highly recommend investing in, or at least keeping on your watch list. So starting off with stock number one. Stock number one goes without saying, TSLA, also known as Tesla. Now, I believe everybody knows Tesla is the leader of the electric auto space, and you guys can see that over the past couple of years, they've just seen extreme amounts of growth, right? The stock has gone from pretty much all the way down here to about $50 all the way up to $1,200 per share in the matter of only about 2 to 3 years, which is a crazy return. Not to mention, it hit that $1,200 mark, and we've seen some sell-off from it just because of the general sell-off in the market. Right now, we are classified in a bear market, meaning that sellers are in control and the total market has fallen more than 20%. So for me, this just looks like an absolute for sale sign to buy this stock, right? It sold off from $1,200 all the way down to $720 a share. It has heavy support here at about $630. And on top of that, they are still hitting deliveries, doing very, very well in their earnings. Looking at this earnings report, they brought in $18.7 billion, and that was a surprise of $360 million, which is crazy, guys. So if you guys want to check out Tesla, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, because it really helps me out when you guys do that. Now, moving on to stock number two. Stock number two is ticker symbol F, also known as Ford Motor Company. Now, Ford Motor Company is a stock that I think that we all know of, but the beauty of it is Ford is investing billions of dollars into their electric auto space, and on top of that, they're more than just an electric car company, right? They still do have some cars that run on diesel, gas, and have, a combustion engine. But looking at the growth, you guys can see that this stock has gone from about $6 all the way up to $25, and has sold off from $25 all the way down to $11. So for me right now, I definitely think that Ford carries so much potential, right? You guys can see that sell off, it sold off more than half of its value. Heavy support right here, pretty much underneath this about $10, and we can just classify that as $11, right? Right here, you guys can see that almost every single time we just get a lot of buying pressure near and around that price zone. And you guys can see I did make a little swing trade there right on that support line to make some quick money. But the overall growth of Ford, I think, is astronomical. I think they're still a huge contender in the electric auto space. They have the Mustang, they have the Ford Lightning coming out, and on top of that, Ford has that edge over Tesla because of the trucks, right? Tesla is still building that Cybertruck when Ford already has that Ford Lightning coming out. So I think that's going to be a huge thing that Ford can make some money off of. Now, moving on to stock number three. Stock number three is ticker symbol NIO, also known as NIO. This one here is a little more volatile and a little more risky, right? You guys can see the volatility that the stock has, where it's gone from $3 all the way up to 60, back down, to 30, back up to 50, and then has just been kind of stair-stepping its way down. Now, I definitely think a lot of people love NIO. The reason why is because they call it the Tesla of China. They're more focused overseas, where Tesla is more US based, right? So you guys can see that looking at their earnings, right, doing still very well. Brought in about $9.9 billion here on this earnings. You guys can see a little more volatility with the red. That's why we've seen some sell-off. A little more volatility here with the earnings per share, still doing very well in the revenue. But the thing about NIO is they are still doing very well. They've had some production issues, but they are getting those under wrap. Does have heavy support here at $11, and you guys can see it's hit highs here at 60. So personally, this was one that higher risk, higher reward play, but still definitely keep it on my watch list here. Now, moving on to stock number four. Stock number four is ticker symbol RIVN, also known as Rivian Automotive. You guys can see that this is more of a recent IPO. and it's pretty much popped, went from 100, pretty much went from about 116 all the way up to about 180, and pretty much has just been selling off like crazy ever since. Did release some earnings. You guys can see that they brought in $95 million, but that was a negative surprise of 35 million. So pretty much people were expecting them to bring in more money than they did. This one here, for sure, higher risk, higher reward play. This one is supposedly trying to take over the truck and SUV market. Higher risk, higher reward play. I saw one of them driving on the roads the other day. It's a very, very cool vehicle, but overall higher risk, higher reward play for sure. These trucks and cars are very, very expensive, just like any other startup would have to have in order to kind of get their feet moving, to get more, cash into the business. Overall, guys, keep this one on watch. If you were going to invest into a company like this, keep it under 1% of your portfolio size, meaning for every $100 you have invested into other stocks, assets, ETFs, whatever it may be, put $1 or so into a company like this, because if it goes bankrupt, you're only out 1%. And if this thing pops up and makes $1 million, you still have some shares to make some money. Now, moving on to the next one here, and the last and final one is ticker symbol GM. Also known as General Motors. General Motors is investing billions of dollars into the electric space. This one here, higher risk, higher reward. You guys can see that pretty much year to date, we've just seen a lot of sell-off because of some earnings, right? They did miss some earnings reports, not doing so hot on those. But the overall growth, I think, will definitely continue to grow. The reason why is because they are investing billions into their electric vehicles. They have trucks, cars, and a whole bunch of other things that they're trying to get into that space. And the issue with the electric auto space is everybody's trying to get in it. So there is so much competition that as investors makes it very, very difficult because there's so much. And on the consumer side, it's fantastic because you have that luxury of saying, okay, Tesla has autonomous driving, General Motors does not. I can go with Tesla or I can go with Ford. You have that luxury of choosing. When you invest, you're putting your money on the line, right? You're putting your money into these companies that you believe in. So it's a little more risky in my opinion there. But overall, you guys can see it does have some support here down here at about $30. I think that's going to be a buy for me if we get that low. The reason why is because we've just seen so much sell-off where it's always hard to make money when the trend is not in your direction. And right now we've just seen a lot of sell-off. So for me, in order for me to even look at this, I would love it to be pretty much at like $28 to $25 a share. But if you guys have a very, very difficult time picking and choosing, these electric vehicle stocks, what I would recommend, invest in this ETF. Ticker symbol IDRV. This one here is a self-driving electric vehicle company that has every electric vehicle in it. That's pretty much it. And so you invest into that general sector, and you guys can see we've seen some amazing growth, some sell-off just because of that general market. You guys get a dividend of 43 cents, another one here, 26, 14. So you guys get some dividends to start compounding your account. You have great growth, and overall, it's way less risky because now instead of picking and choosing the correct stock, you're just investing more into that general sector. So if the general sector goes up, which personally I think we're just getting started on it, then you guys are going to make some money, guys. And that is ticker symbol IDRV. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel because it really, really helps me out. And let me know, what stock do you plan on buying? What are your go-to stocks when this market, eventually recovers? So guys, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and we will see you guys later. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe. Take care.